between the Wizards and the Hornets. Charlotte has won both affairs, including a game last Wednesday when they beat the Wizards. And there's the first time this year, Phil. 99-93. Take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Budweiser. David Wesley and Baron Davis. We mentioned Davis's health. He actually got kicked in the first play of the game by Jordan last week, and then he re-aggravated the injury last night against Milwaukee, I should say. There was some question as to whether he would play. He came out, shot around, and he said, I'm ready to go, and he will start tonight. Front court starters. P.J. Brown, Lee Nalon, and Eldon Campbell. And the head coach is Paul Silas in his 4th year with Charlotte. Record of 208-266. His 7th season as a head coach, 3 years with San Diego and 4 years in Charlotte. The Wizards are at 500 with a record of 14-14. They are 5-6 here at home and 9-8 on the road. Hubert Davis and Chris Whitney start in the backcourt for Washington. With Michael Jordan, Popeye Jones, and Jahidi White at the center. The head coach for the Wizards is Doug Collins. He is assisted by Brian James, Larry Drew, Johnny Bach, and the Wizards trainer is Steve Stricker. Let's take a look at the 4 keys to the game, Phil.
Well, for the Hornets, obviously, Baron Davis, they're happy to see him in that lineup. This will be his 194th consecutive game. He's averaging in 2 games against Washington, 23 and 10 assists. In the game against the Bucks last night, only 2 for 11 and 7 points. The team lost by 16, and he left midway in the 3rd quarter. The bench is going to be important. Against the Wizards 3 days ago, the bench was very successful, 33 points on 11 for 17 shooting, but against the Bucks last night, only 15 points on 4 of 20 shooting.
The officials for tonight's game are Derek Stafford, Danny Crawford, and Leroy Richardson. This is the 3rd of 4 meetings between these two. The Hornets won the first game 95-88 on October 20th, or I should say November 20th at MCI Center. And then they won again the second game last Wednesday in Charlotte, 99-93. They lead the series 31-21. Last season, these two teams split 4 games, each team winning once at home and once on the road, and they will finish out their season series April 5th in Charlotte. The Hornets put 6 players in double figures against the Wizards last Wednesday. P.J. Brown had 11, Lee Nalon had 12, Campbell 17, Baron Davis 15, Wesley 11, and Stacey Augmon had 10 points off the bench, and he did a nice job defensively on Michael Jordan.
Well, they did, and they badly out-rebounded Washington. I think it'll be interesting to see how this team comes out, Washington that is, to try to establish themselves inside and not allow this team to get off.
First shot of the game is a beauty for Eldon Campbell, who missed just 1 shot when these two teams played last week. He was 7 of 8.
Yeah, but I like the way Jahidi was holding his ground. Just keep Eldon shooting those fadeaway jump shots. And we'll see, take our chances.
Jordan fadeaway, got it. Michael Jordan, who's now averaging 22.7 points a game. He's 12th in the league. 6 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 1.6 steals per contest. You remember in that game, Phil, the real problem was that these guys barely missed. They shot almost 60% for the entire game, and then, of course, they out-rebounded the Wizards, as you said, by 22.
Yeah, both those things combined just don't leave you much of a chance. However, Washington was still in the game down in the stretch and had a chance to tie this thing up.
Jordan again, he's 2 for 2. As you know, Richard Hamilton's still on the injured list, not available tonight. He pulled a groin, and he's out for at least another 4 games, could be more than that. And the team continues to play without Christian Laettner as well.
Bad miss that time by Campbell. But again, Jahidi keeping him out on the perimeter, not letting him get close to the basket.
gets it back, short jump hook, shot down. I think he missed it badly. Baron Davis re-injured a knee. He was actually kicked in the left knee. Might have been the right knee.
I think it was the right knee. Yeah, got kicked by Jordan first, and then in their game last night against the Bucks. Nice move. And he already has 6 points. Speaking of Jordan, that is.
Here's Lee Nalon, who played well against the Wizards. And then Davis got kicked again last night, and as you said, in the game against the Bucks, that game was at Charlotte. A big win for Milwaukee. So Davis came out in shoot-around and just tested the knee, but he was bouncing around like a spry young kid and started.
Well, he wants to keep that streak alive. And Jordan wants to keep his alive, too.
And so far he is. He's 4 for 4, has 8 points, and he's red hot. Michael, who had his career low at Indiana, 6 points in the game. His previous career low was 8 back in 1986 in a game against Cleveland. That's the only time in his career he had been held under double digits. Davis misses.
It's kind of interesting talking with Gil McGregor, who does the game for Charlotte. They had some concern over that end. Number one, Charlotte was a team that ended Washington's streak. Of course, Jordan having just 6 points, they figured for sure Jordan would come out on fire, and that's what he's done.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned it the last game. You don't want to be a team playing a Jordan team after you've been
disappointing loss.
Right.
Yeah.
And same way tonight, after Charlotte beat the Wizards last week, I wouldn't want to come in here and play this Washington team with Jordan on the squad.
I agree with you. And again, we'll see if Jordan can transfer that mental attitude to the rest of his teammates.
This one, he shoots a little strong. Of course, they do have to rearrange things a little offensively without Richard Hamilton, who added 20 points per game to this squad.
Yeah.
Popeye with a nice rebound, but he stepped on the line out of bounds. Jordan on Thursday, 11 of 28. Correction, that was in the Charlotte game. Thursday, 6 points in 25 minutes and 8 points in 4 minutes already here tonight. P.J. Brown draws the foul and he scores.
Well, P.J. Brown is the team's leading rebounder. In fact, he's 11th in the league in rebounding. And he was a player that really kind of surprised you in that meeting 3 days ago, in that he was, I believe, 5 for 6 from the field, and at least 3 of them were jumpers. So you don't expect to get that kind of play from him. But again, I think this first quarter will be interesting to watch to see how Washington's front line players try to establish themselves against this front line that really dominated them down in Charlotte.
And the Hornets have come back to take the lead at 9-8. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier with you tonight from Washington. The Wizards will play 6 of their next 7 games here. Popeye, no good. Tip up and in by Jordan. One of the major problems at Indiana was transition defense, as the Wizards just could not get back.
It started from the first play.
Jordan makes a move, goes up and has it blocked by Davis, and a foul call.
Jordan and Barron having a few words. Barron is a player that can really get up in the air and wanted to challenge Jordan on that shot. Jordan telling him, you got me with the shoulder. Let's see. Tries to cross over a little bit on the right shoulder there. Barron not agreeing with the call, but picks up the foul.
Jordan has 10 points in less than 5 minutes on 5 of 6 shooting, and a timeout on the floor with 7:17 to go first quarter. The Wizards lead it by 1. Michael Jordan has been red hot, 5 of 6 from the field. He's got a couple of rebounds, 10 points. He'll have a chance here in a second to make it 11.
You see him shooting the fadeaway jumper, getting good looks. There makes a nice move to slip inside the defense. Again, the jumper also got an offensive rebound put back.
MJ, who